We're here today with Carl Doran, founder and creative director of Flow Creative in Manchester. We're going to take a little look around your studio, so shall we go in?
Let's do it. So welcome to the studio. We've been here since 2018. So down here we mostly do client meetings and presentations. We've got a screen up there that we can pull down and a projector mounted to the ceiling. We also use it just for our team to have a little breakout space where we can talk about projects or just have a chat about things. And there's a couple of desks over here that we can also have some meeting space there and things as well. So this is our mural. I love the mural. This is painted by a local illustrator and lettering artist called Loz. There's lots of little kind of animation references in there as well. So there's some keyframes and there's some little bit of film reel kind of bits that refer to kind of animation and movement. The windows are designed by a local illustrator called Barney Ibbotson in a stained glass style, which we had some similar in the old studio, but we could only bring 3 of them with us. But yeah, they're a kind of bit of a talking point. So yeah, over here is an old fireplace that was in the building when we moved in, and this is where we put our awards. There's quite a few of them now. We've won 27 awards, I think, in the last 7 years. So not that I'm counting, but it is 27. Okay, so that's the space down here. Should we have a look upstairs and I'll show you where we actually do all the work? Okay, so this is where we actually work. So around the edge of the room here, we've got all Max and Josh there is doing some design, or pretending to. And over here, we've got James Winston working on some animation projects. And Jamie there is doing some work as well, probably, or online shopping. There's 10 of us in the team. They're not all in today. Some people are working from home. But yeah, there's a real talented mix of people in the team. We've got illustrators, animators, designers, producers. And we all work together on almost all projects to make sure they get delivered and they're as good as they can be. In terms of who we work with a lot of tech companies, but we also work a lot with charities and NGOs, public sector and arts and culture organisations as well.
So my role at Flow is to build relationships up with clients and to find brand new clients that want to work with us here at Flow. So every day I reach out to new clients on LinkedIn, emails, I go through our databases, reach out to clients that have worked with us previously or clients that have never heard of us before. So my quick tip would be to use LinkedIn every single day. And I would say always be active on LinkedIn, whether that's posting something relevant, whether that's connecting with someone or contacting them. Just make sure you're on there every day and make sure you're reaching out to clients that you want to work with and don't be afraid.
So yeah, when a new project comes in, usually Jamie and I will look at it first and have a think about what the budget is, what the timeline is and things like that, whether we can actually fit it in the schedule and we can deliver it on time. And then if it's viable, if we want to work on the project and it will fit into the schedule, then we'll quote for it. Sometimes we're required to do a proposal. Sometimes we'll just give an estimate of costs, and then once that's approved, we just start working on it. Winston over here does a lot of the art direction. He's art director as well as animator. So Winston will help to set the visual style for animation projects, thinking about the character design, the background art, and how that all works together and how it works for the brief, and make sure it's on brand for the client as well.
I'm Winston, the art director and animator. I help design the visual style for an animation, and that involves researching and references to clients' needs and wants. And then I go to my sketchbook, Procreate, and then just have a quick doodle, and then that goes into the storyboard phasing. Once
the storyboard is done, that maps out all the kind of action in the animation. Once the client has approved that, then we will crack on with animating it. Then it comes to James here. James, what are you working on there?
I'm just currently working on one of our client projects, which in this particular one, we tend to work with like Adobe Illustrator. All of like the assets have been pre-made in there by maybe one of our designers or the art director. I'll take that and use Overlord to like throw that into Adobe After Effects. That's probably our like easiest kind of pipeline for most of our motion work. Sometimes though, we'll do frame by frame projects where we use like a mixture of Adobe Animate or Rough Animator, and we'll use our Wacom Cintiqs to like more easily kind of get that finished look, sometimes like going for more of like a hand-drawn approach.
Every confirmed project then is assigned a job number when we start working on it. The job number then is in the statement of work, which is basically the contract for the job. And also that job number is carried through to all the file names and video renders as well for that project.
It's also not just animators in-house. We have some animators that work abroad, particularly in Portugal right now, and we tend to keep in touch with them using Slack via like the channels through there. Keep each other updated, post stuff onto Dropbox, send each other links that way. And if we need to go into a bit more detail, we'll have like a Zoom call with each other. But yeah, no, I mean, it's pretty seamless from office to working from home.
So now we're on the top floor. This is where we have the meeting room here behind me. That's really useful space for having client meetings. We've got the TV at the front there so we can show the client renders and work in progress shots from animations. We also use it a lot within the internal team as well, just to connect with our animators in Portugal out there through the window of Stevenson Square in the northern quarter, which is a really nice little square on a sunny day like today. So that's kind of the centre of the northern quarter, so that's quite cool. This space here is more for kind of workshopping ideas and brainstorming, things like that for projects. So we've got the chairs here where we can sit around and talk, and we've got this magnetic whiteboard where we can print references and character designs and ideas for projects and stick them up here. Through there you've got the kitchen and bathroom as well. Yeah, so I know a lot of studios are kind of working remotely now. For us, it's really important to have this shared space that we can all collaborate on projects and we can all talk openly about what's going on with a particular project. And we've got these different areas in the studio that we can use, sometimes on the computer, sometimes just around the table with pens and paper. So that's kind of a really useful thing for us in terms of our process of animating. During the COVID years, we did have 3 team members abroad, and we also work with several freelancers remotely as well. And we still do that a little bit to an extent. We'll work with some sound designers and script writers, animators and illustrators remotely, but the core work on most projects is done here by the team. And I think you really lose something with remote working that you get from those kind of collaborative, free-flowing, creative discussions that you can have in a studio like this.
Should we go in?
Let's do it. I fell over. Sorry. What do you want me to say? That's a dead plant. So this is where we do the work. So around here, around just that's okay. Just like that, pretending. In the future, we'll all work like this. What did you want me to say? That was instant. James has got lovely hair and he looks like a young Elizabeth Taylor. But better looking, probably.
Just don't go like this at the end of everything.
Use that. I've ruined it now, no? Yeah. Revolutionise how people work in factories and in production lines. That was my best version. Yeah, girl.
Thanks so much to Cole for allowing us to take a look around his studio. If you enjoyed this video, then you should watch these videos next.